As federal employees begin to travel more, the issue of safety is increasingly on the minds of federal supervisors. How do you protect your people while still letting them do their jobs? My guest today to discuss this important topic is Adam Joseph, Senior Vice President of Federal Government Business at Concur. Adam, welcome to today's discussion.
Oh, thank you for having me.
The issue of safety and safeguarding government employees is becoming one that's increasingly at the forefront as federal travel bans are lifted and restrictions dialed back. Parts of the federal government, including the Department of Defense, for example, are just now starting to allow for more federal employees to go out. There are a lot of rules that can make it difficult for federal officials to travel, even when the reasons are legitimate. What are some of the biggest obstacles your clients are sharing with you, Adam?
Great question. Thank you for that. So first, today, traveling in this day and age is a challenge, right? It's time-consuming and quite frustrating. That said, with the technology investment made by companies like Concur, the process of booking travel and travel reimbursement is quite easy. Unfortunately, in the government space, both for armed forces as well as our civilian travelers, there is significant regulation and tomes of documents, both for all government travelers as well as add-ons for specific agencies that make the process of reserving and booking travel extremely time-consuming for the government traveler themselves, as well as in many cases expensive for the agency, as they're not always able to choose the lowest available fare.
Right. There are lots of rules and regulations that don't always make this easier for government employees. How do you work with your clients to make their traveling life easier?
Well, first, given that we truly believe this regulatory overhead, is the biggest challenge, we've begun by leveraging our expertise and providing them with simplifications, leveraging our experience with tens of thousands of commercial organizations to streamline the process and provide ease of use for the travelers and their approvers. Furthermore, we've also expanded our product offering to provide better ease of use for those travelers, more attention to duty of care, and finally, really driving the adoption of mobile technology in government, which in the travel space is still quite nascent.
Well, indeed, whether we're talking travel or any other aspect of federal information technology, mobile is one of the top three issues, so you're all right on track there. Concur's technologies, though, really go beyond travel, right?
Oh, certainly. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, duty of care is a strong focus area. Now, I should qualify, duty of care is simply an organization's responsibility to safeguard their employees when on travel and in the workplace.
So things like telework and home-based offices, those are also challenges because those require people to be continuously mobile, and they're new, and that's the new federal workforce normal. Talk a little bit about how you work with clients on these issues.
Well, so truly, as you say, the workplace is no longer once you get behind the door of the gate or the gate of your office, whether you're a teleworker on travel or on foreign duty, your organization has a responsibility for your care, whether it's health issues, whether it's potential violence, or simply helping an employee get home on time. Those are all obligations that we carry. And in a world that today still often uses call trees to make employees aware of an imminent issue, we know that technology can provide a much greater solution to address a real concern for those travelers. A recent government survey identified that nearly half of all government travelers are concerned about their safety when on the road, and roughly 1 in 4 has experienced some health incident on the road where they required assistance. Our duty of care technology enables organizations to know where their employees are at any given time, and render assistance as best they can to the benefit of that employee and their dependents.
So it's really no longer just hypothetical, it's real time when you actually have people who actually do get sick and in trouble while they're traveling. We're going to pause here for a short break. My guest today is Adam Joseph, Senior Vice President of Federal Government at Concur. You're listening to Safeguarding Government Employees, sponsored by Concur. I'm your host, Larry Allen, and you're listening to federalnewsradio.com and 1500 AM.